the season that maybe cost your team a game, cost your team a playoff berth. That won't sit well with guys in the locker room. And remember, you also could have a game be forfeited because of COVID. So if your quarterback gets COVID, you have to forfeit a game. You lose paychecks. Guys are going to be looking at him sideways. This is what former players have said, that guys will look at him sideways if that happens. So this could cause dissension in the locker room potentially.
Yeah, and at some point, you've got to ask yourself, is Carson Wentz worth the trouble? He is fragile physically. He's been fragile emotionally. One of the reasons I would argue the Colts weren't the team that just traded for Gardner Minshew was because, God forbid, Carson Wentz has to compete for a job. So that's why you have Jacob Eason and Sam Ehlinger, who have a career 0 NFL pass attempts on their resume as your only backups. And now he's been hurt already this camp, and now he's out with the COVID protocol, ostensibly not because he caught COVID, but because he's not vaccinated, so he's got to do the 5 days away from the team, similar to Cam's situation. So I do, though, Wilds, in relation to all of that, have a bit of an announcement. I have this morning liquidated all of my Ether Rock and CryptoPunks holdings and put all of that money in shorting the Indianapolis Colts. They are on their third string left tackle. T.Y. Hilton is dealing with a disc injury in his neck, which is they already don't have a bunch of wide receivers, and that could linger all year long. They might be starting Jacob Eason week 1, shorting the Colts. Full official predictions come out Monday.
What are you selling?
But we are shorting the Colts, Wilds.
And you're selling what again?
It's in the crypto space, Jenna.
Crypto.
Ether Rock, I was an early adapter. Yeah.
Yeah, big
Their
Ether
pictures
Rock
of
guy.
rocks.
You have a nice one, too.
$1
That gray. Woo! That's a sweet one, my friend. Okay, so here's the thing.
Thanks, Wes.
This is going to happen during the season. So please, quarterbacks, why don't you go get vaccinated? Cam was unvaccinated. He missed time. Kirk Cousins was unvaccinated. He missed time. Lamar was unvaccinated. He missed time. And now Carson Wentz unvaccinated. He missed time. So, guys, this is going to happen in the season. You're going to miss times. And that's the most optimistic view. So please, for your own safety, guys, go get vaccinated. As an added benefit, Kendall Hinton was released from the Broncos. Remember the guy who had to start a game for the Broncos because their entire quarterback room?
Oh, yeah.
He should take a little tour to the unvaccinated quarterback teams. Like, hey, you want me to start? Why don't you go get vaccinated? Because I'm out here. I'm ready to start a game, and it's going to be ugly. So Kendall Hinton could take a little world tour sponsored by, the CDC.
Pfizer.
And that is one to grow on. On to Chicago now, where starter Andy Dalton.
By Ram Trucks. Built to serve.
He's a former MVP, but are people sleeping on Lamar Jackson headed into this season? In the Windy City, the Bears have faith in Andy Dalton. Are these guys buying it? And Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 weeks before the season starts, doing the Milk Crate Challenge, guys.
Yeah.
What is he thinking?
Yep.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome to First Things First. He's just barely doing it. Even though we had spotters, that's ridiculous. Jenna Wolf, Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, Kevin Wilds. Nick, come on. If you're Juju, what are you doing?
Yeah, far safer for him to repeatedly get hit in the body and the head playing football than to take a few hurdles over some milk crates. Give me a break. Guy's a pro athlete, professional athlete.
It's all fun and games.
Someone's going to put an eye out.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are.
Really, Jimmy.
Yeah,
I knew
they
Jimmy was
are.
going to say that. Y'all are so whack.
Let us, we'll get to Juju in a second. We got to start this Tuesday morning talking quarterbacks. So ESPN came out with their predictions for this season's top 10. And look, their panel had Mahomes, yes, at 1, followed by Aaron Rodgers. Then look at the list. Russ, Allen, Dak, rounding out the top 5. Super Bowl MVP, Tom Brady, at 6. Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford, and Justin Herbert rounding out your top 10. But let's focus on Tom Brady. Chris Broussard, I'll start with you. You okay with Brady being left out of the top 5?
No, absolutely not. This is ridiculous, all right? And the disrespect for Tom Brady has to stop. You know what you're doing? You're motivating him. All right, he doesn't have to go looking for motivation anymore. It's all over the place. First, Nick Wright says he's only the 10th best player in the NFL. The players got him ranked 7th. And now this, you actually put him behind Dak Prescott? And I like Dak. But to think Dak Prescott, coming off an ankle injury, coming off a shoulder injury, all right, in which he basically missed the entire training camp, is going to have a better year than Tom Brady? I won't go through all the other 5 quarterbacks, but Brady's going to win more games than Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott. That's for sure. Maybe Mahomes, Rodgers, Allen, we'll see. But that right there is going to make him better because his numbers are going to be good, too. There's this notion out there that Brady just rode the Tampa Bay defense to his 7th Super Bowl. And, yeah, the defense was phenomenal. I won't take anything away from them. But to act like Brady was a chump last year, he was 3rd in the league in yards per game passing. He was 2nd in the league in touchdown passes. I mean, what is not to like? And I'm telling you, he's going to have a great season. Father Time's going to catch him at some point. I get it. He's 44. But I'm betting it's next year, not this year. His receiving core is going to be better. I think Antonio Brown is going to have a phenomenal season. He's trying to get that bag. You know that, Nick. He wants to prove he deserves another big payday. They got O.J. Howard back as a tight end to help the others. And Gio Bernard in the backfield. That's their James White, all right? He's going to now have a check down guy out of the backfield. This is ridiculous. No way he shouldn't be in the top 5.
All right, well, before I get to my reaction to what Broussard said, if you're watching at home, and I assume you are, maybe you're streaming online somewhere, but wherever you are, grab a pencil and piece of paper or a pen and write this down. 1185 Avenue of the Americas, New York, New York. That's the mailing address where everyone can send me my apologies. Because old Nick Wright, who had the audacity, the just outrageous take that called Brady the 3rd best quarterback in the NFL. I went Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady. Oh, I was disrespectful. Oh, there's Nick Wright doubting the GOAT again. There's Nick Wright disrespecting Tom Brady again. And then his peers said, no, Nick, that's exactly where we also have him as the 3rd best quarterback. And then Broussard and Wilds' former colleagues at the other network, they said, hey, how about we put 5 guys ahead of him? How about we put Dak ahead of him? How about we put Josh Allen ahead of him? How about we put a guy he beat in a Super Bowl, Russell Wilson, ahead of him? Not to mention, of course, Rodgers and Mahomes. So everyone can send those apologies. I'm not a big fan of edible arrangements, but my wife and kids are. I'll take those as well and distribute them accordingly.